Welcome back, I'm Alistair, and this is the Nike Pegasus Premium. Nike Pegasus Premium then is really a daily trainer that's going to elevate your run. It's going to make it more energetic, more fun, but it's not going to make it that much faster. It's really just for those nice leisurely runs and just bagging base mileage really. And because it looks so cool, I think it actually makes a really good lifestyle shoe too. Let me know in the comments, are you wanting to learn about this running shoe because you want a lifestyle shoe? Or because you're looking for a daily trainer? Before I get into my performance review, I'm going to go over the key specifications to give you a broader understanding of what this shoe is all about. First off then, they cost $210. That's a lot of money for a Pegasus. Now, Pegasus is now on version 41. I have that shoe here, so I will do a little comparison of how it compares to this shoe, which is $140, a lot less expensive. They weigh 11 ounces or 313 grams. They have a drop of 10 millimeters from heel to toe. And the midsole is really interesting on this one. It's got a 3-level cushioning system, as you can see. On the top, you've got a nice, really energetic, bouncy Zoom X foam layer. And in the middle, of course, you've got that very bold Air Zoom unit, which wraps around the whole shoe. Fantastic, love how that looks. And on the bottom, you've got the Nike React X foam, which is a nice soft, shock absorption kind of foam, which just makes those landings that little bit softer, and there is a good amount of rebound on there as well to help you spring back off. The upper is using a somewhat stretchy circular knit mesh. So there's a little bit of stretch in there which helps the shoe form to your feet, and overall it is just super comfortable, super plush in the cushioning around the collars and the heel counter. It's a very nice articulated heel counter which makes them easy to slip on, but also gives you a good heel lock without putting too much pressure on your Achilles. So anyone suffering from Achilles tendonitis or you have flare-ups from time to time, you're really gonna like an articulated heel counter like this. The tongue is also very plush and cushioned. Could be a little bit longer in my opinion, but overall the upper is super comfortable. It also has a ton of reflective highlights. Hopefully you can see as I'm talking about this shoe, you might get some shimmery effects coming off, but there's this whole line along here, which is totally reflective. Absolutely love how that looks in low light conditions. If you are running in dark, then you get a nice bounce light coming from car headlights and cyclists, and it just makes the shoe a little bit safer for you to run in at night. And once again, that reflectivity goes all the way around the shoe. So you've got 360 visibility at night. Now, I've been doing quite a few runs in the wet in this shoe, and thankfully the outsole here has given me really good traction in such conditions. Because of the lug formation or the pattern of the waffle on there, it actually does a really good job of giving me traction on tarmac and asphalt. When it comes to sizing and fit, the Pegasus Premium does have a very much true to size fit and a medium width, very much in line with the Pegasus 41 if you're familiar with that shoe. So I recommend going with the usual sizing. The heel lock is really good, and that's down to this nice mesh upper that kind of stretches around your feet. It gives you a nice supportive fit, and the lacing system works really well as well. Very quickly then, how does the Pegasus Premium compare to the Pegasus 41? Well, first off, the midsole is completely different. This one is a 3-layer system, whereas this one is 2-layer, or 2-part system, shall I say. It's not layered. It does have an Air Zoom unit, or 2 Air Zoom units, one at the forefoot and one under the heel, but it also has Nike React X foam, which is what the midsole is built from. So that means the Pegasus Premium has a much bouncier, more energetic ride. This one is a little bit firmer, maybe a little bit damper, so less kind of energy return and bounce coming from the Pegasus 41. But the Pegasus Premium is heavier. It weighs 11 ounces, whereas the Pegasus 41 weighs 10 ounces. That's for a size US men's 9, by the way. I do all weights of running shoes that I review on my size, so I can get an idea of how they compare to one another. When it comes to fit, they are very similar in fit, which is a great thing. They do look quite similar in the upper, I will agree, and they do fit and kind of support your foot in a very similar way. If you're enjoying this review, please give the video a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to my channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. I always keep things genuine, honest, and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether the shoe I'm reviewing is going to be best for you and your needs. But if at any point in any of my reviews you're not sure, I haven't answered the question that maybe you had in your mind, just let me know what that question is in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. And if you just have no idea, no clue where to start for your next pair of running shoes, let me know your circumstances and I'll get you hooked up with the best running shoes for you. Congrats, you've made it to my performance review. I'm going to start by going over some of the things I really like about the Pegasus Premium. First off is this midsole. I mean, that is the first thing that you see when you see the Pegasus Premium. And to be honest, it's really what gives the Premium that premium feel. And for me, it's the layered combination of foams that's just got it really right. Now, it's not perfect. I do have some negative points to mention about structure and stability of the shoe, but if you're a neutral runner and you just want a really bouncy, fun, energetic ride, it's hard to go wrong with a shoe like this because it's just so much fun. I absolutely love this air zoom unit that runs all the way around the shoe. I love it because it compresses along with the React X foam as you land, so it gives you a nice shock absorption. Just feels great as you land on your heel or your forefoot. It's great because it actually goes under your forefoot, giving you more bounce and compression and padding in that region as opposed to the Pegasus 41, which felt a little bit damp and a little bit too compressed under the forefoot in that shoe. So this Pegasus Premium is actually really good if you heel strike or if you like to run on your forefoot like I do. The next thing I really like is the upper. Again, it's not perfect. I'll explain why in just a moment. But what I love about it is just how comfortable and supportive it is. So there's a good amount of support around the collars and the heel counter. And when I say support, I mean it's firm enough to hold your foot within the shoe without your foot kind of, or ankles slipping around or laterally rolling. The lacing system just works really well because it's traditional and very easy to get a nice, quick, perfect fit in these shoes. And I absolutely love the upper, all the reflective highlights and this very neon kind of orange on the tongue here. I just think Nike's done a really good job of making this look like a cool running shoe that can actually be used as a lifestyle shoe too. So it's very versatile, making that price tag a little bit better value for money. And the final thing is the outsole. Nike's done a great job here. It doesn't collect any stones. Some shoes nowadays do manage to collect hitchhiker gravel stones if you do run on gravel. And the traction's been really good because I've been doing quite a few runs in the wet of this shoe, as you'll see from the overlay videos that I'm posting. When it comes to the downsides then, or areas where I feel the shoe could be improved, first thing is the weight. I know why it is. It's this triple layer system and much thicker or more padded upper, which gives you more comfort and arguably more support as well. So it is heavier, more than 10% heavier in fact. So that's something that some runners are going to notice if you are familiar with the Pegasus 41. Having said that, because it gives you such a bouncy, energetic ride, you don't actually notice the extra weight on the run. So if you're not familiar with a Pegasus and you haven't run in that before, then you probably won't notice that at all because it is just such a fun, bouncy ride that the weight doesn't really affect it. Hopefully that makes sense. The next area for improvement, I feel, is stability, but you wouldn't be able to get that energetic or very unique ride with this shoe if you didn't have some stability issues. So if you're a neutral runner, you're going to be absolutely fine. But if you do overpronate or underpronate, or supinate should I say, then you might find this shoe to have stability issues in the lateral. That's not coming from the upper, that is coming merely from this midsole. As you can see, the air zoom unit, it will compress quite considerably. So if you are putting extra weight on the inside or outside of a shoe, you're going to notice stability issues. But if you're a neutral runner and you do tend to run with a neutral gait, putting most of the weight under the middle of a shoe, then you won't notice this. But if you've got subtle pronation issues and you're a heavier runner, you're going to notice this. So I have to mention that fact that stability could be an issue for you. But once again, you can't have an air zoom unit that wraps around the whole shoe without having some potential for stability issues. It's not going to be for everyone, but if you have a neutral gait and you don't have any pronation issues that you know about, then I think you're actually going to love this midsole and how it's designed to actually perform. And then the final downside is the fact it's not hugely versatile in terms of the types of workouts that you can do in this shoe. And that's primarily because it's a heavier shoe, but also it's a very bouncy and energetic shoe in terms of how much cushioning and upward or vertical bounce you get from the shoe. I'm not talking about forward propulsion, because there is a little bit there, there's a little bit of bounce, but there's no plate or anything like that. You get the flex really from the air zoom unit collapsing in on itself. So that's not storing any forward propulsion at all in the shoe, that's just collapsing and giving you upward bounce. I mean, look at this. That's actually incredible. I haven't actually done that test with this shoe before, but my God, this thing just bounces right out of your hands. But that means it's not translating to forward propulsion. So it's a very good shoe, bouncy, if you do want to do nice, easy, slower daily mileage, daily training runs. Or even long runs, but maybe not so much long runs because it is a heavier shoe. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not a speed training shoe, and it's not really designed to do that kind of training anyway. So I just want to let you know, if you are looking for a shoe that kind of expands the types of runs that you can do with that shoe, then this one's really not one of those training shoes. It's not a super trainer at all. It's really just an elevated Pegasus, which gives you premium materials, a really cool premium fun ride. That's what this shoe is all about. And it also makes for a really good lifestyle shoe. So those final sentences actually really sum up this review really well. Hopefully it gives you an idea of what this shoe is about and whether I think it's worth the money. $210 is a lot of money for a daily trainer, especially one that doesn't allow you to do faster runs in the way you might want to if you are following a training plan, like one of the Trail and Kale training plans, for example. And if you do have a race planned, you should really be following one of those plans. So although it's not the best for speed training or anything like that, it makes a fantastic daily trainer. And if you're not afraid of paying that $210 price tag, then I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this shoe because you can actually use it as a lifestyle shoe too. Well, thanks for watching this Nike Pegasus Premium review. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some deeper insights into this shoe, what it's capable of, what makes it so fun, and where it falls short. But if you've got any questions at all, just let me know in the comments down below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Peace.